What is up? I'm just goofing off. Printing away. Oh, gotta turn the audio down. Audio down. Where's the name button? What is up, Bob and Red Light and Joe Paddock? What's up, Joe? I haven't seen you on the mornings in a while. You've been anti-morning guy. Anyway, a lot of running around, a little late, which is fine. I'm actually probably going to start going later and later and later, almost to an afternoon stream, I think. Because it's going to get hot. And if I got anything to do, I'm going to do it in the morning before it gets hot. And then I'm going to sit my ass in this chair. I'm going to do that while it's hot instead of doing the work outside while it's hot. That all makes sense because it's going to get hot. Did I say hot enough? So anyway, what are you guys all up to? Meetings. There's no such thing as meetings. Meetings are a waste of frickin' time. Just a waste of time. That's what meetings are. So, right now, the Pumpkin King is printing the cover for the Duet box, which will be going on the Llama Core. This printed kind of crappily in one way, and lots of stringing and crap. I have a feeling that filament is wet because it's extremely humid in the last 24 hours and blah, blah, blah. I don't think I have the slicer set right for it yet. But it's all right. I mean, it'll still work, so I'm not worried. Right around the fan port, it's all kind of bugged out. Hard to see on the camera, but anyway, it's kind of bugged out and kind of crappy. So I think what I'm going to do is just glue. I'll print another nicer looking one here, and I'll glue it on here. And I'm going to put a pad anyway, so I may just like put a TPU one on there and just glue it down. I don't know if will TPU and PLA hold together with like crazy glue kind of crap. I think it will, won't it? Oh, only one way to find out, I guess. We will find out. Actually, I think I will just gloop on a pad. Maybe even put it on the inside. There's almost enough. There probably isn't enough room because that's kind of tight to the top. Not that you can see it. It's all dark. Oops, no Vince. No, I haven't seen Vince. I'm guessing he'll be here eventually. This is just, I just started up. I didn't even do a pre. I normally do, a half hour lead in, but I was running around all morning doing weird crap, shopping. Hey, YouTube says I am live. No, really? I did not know that. I didn't know I was live. I think I'm going to put my glasses on and take my little mini knife. And I just dropped a pair of glasses on the ground. And clean up some of this crap. There is a lot of crap. I think I need more light. We'll definitely need more light. Let's turn on this light and this light. And that'll make it brighter. It's kind of yucky out. It's all like foggy and misty and yucky out. This dark crap is just... I don't know why this thing's not really stringing. It's just globbing as it enters or exits. I'm not sure which. I'm guessing as it enters. It does a travel. And the only thing I can think of is retraction, but it's not helping any. Because I tried all that. And it is bad. I mean, it's thick. I could try traveling faster, I think, but maybe not. I mean, it's not that big a deal. It's all inside, so it's not going to really matter anyways, but it's just annoying. I want it to go away. I want it to stop doing it. Because it is nasty and gnarly and bad. I never used to do it. No, well, I shouldn't say that. Never used to do it this bad. It's always done it with the 0.8 nozzle a little bit, even if I'd set the retraction a little higher. Because it would just do it with the 0.8 nozzle. It's just going to drizzle a little. What's up, Andrew? Lurking as painting the hallway just now. Okay. Well, you paint your hallway. I'm probably not going to be on here very long anyways. I almost didn't even start when I was like, you know what? Might as well. Because I'm just going to sit here and dick around with this thing now. It's printing the top right now. That's going to go the cover. That goes over it. It actually goes, yeah, no, it does go this way. It goes that way. And then the cover screws on. You can sort of see it. I like the pattern. I almost wish it would stop doing it, but I like the pattern. That's from I use a low top layer count. I think there's only 2 top layers or 3 top layers. Although it shouldn't do it as much because this is a 2.2 layer height. But whatever. Especially with the big ass nozzle. Yeah, it's like some of it's like perfect and some of it is just really freaking terrible. I have a feeling this filament sat out too long. Because this is the stuff that got jammed in the heat break yesterday when I started printing it. Because it sat there too long and it literally broke in the heat break right as the filament enters the heat break from the gears. So it hit it, it broke, and it couldn't push it through because it was right there and the filament kept going off to the side, which it's not supposed to be able to do, but it will if it's got no choice. And it was all screwed up. Dumbass me just heated up the heat break thinking, oh, I'll just melt it out of there. Well, that just freaking makes it stick to the heat break. It wasn't actually stuck. It just broke literally right at the mouth of the heat break. And when it broke, it swelled out. And jammed up the whole hot end. And of course, being the Hemera that it is, it's a freaking nightmare to take it apart and clean it up, fix it. And that's actually good enough. It's just a box with wires in it. No one's going to see it but the electronics. The outside looks fine. The outside looks good. There is a little, you can just see it there, can't you? See the ripple in it? It's a little weird. I have a feeling one of my wheels is bad on the extruder or something. On the extruder. It's not doing it there. It's only doing it. I got to look at which way I had it on the build plate. It could be the X wheels or the Y wheels, or the X wheels or the Y wheels, however you want to say it. Anyway, there is that. I think the llama core needs a complete overhaul. But that ain't going to happen anytime soon. Looks good enough. I can actually mount this, except for I want to do it right there. And that's running, so I don't want to move it. And that's got 6 hours to do the freaking plate to this thing, which is a long time. But as you can see, I don't have it running real fast because I think the stuff just got wet. It's humid. It's like really, really humid. 92% humidity right now. It's freaking humid. It's only 57 in here, though. But that's because it's sitting right underneath the printer. So, because it's saying it's 76 in this room, and it ain't no 76 in this room, although it is warm. It's probably in the mid 70s. Probably in the mid 70s. I don't think it's quite 76, though. Not quite that hot. I want to see where my new chair is because I'm already getting butt sweats. It says it shipped Monday. And it's coming UPS. So what day does UPS actually think it's going to get here? Now watch, when I put in a UPS, it'll probably say label created but not shipped. Shipment ready for UPS. Scheduled delivery. None. Label created. That's all it says. Which means Amazon is lying to me again. As usual. Says anywhere between the 23rd and the 26th. Whatever. We'll see if it's any good. I hope it's at least decent. So I can stop dealing with this here freaking creepy one. Although I squirted some WD-40 into the seal down here, and it actually seems to be holding better. It takes like all day to drop. Like it only drops like an inch, and then it stops. But it's just enough to be like down here, like annoying on the desk. You feel like a little kid sitting at your desk all of a sudden. I have a feeling I could probably fix this piston, but whatever. My brother said, go ahead, spend the money. So I did. Because, it's there, and we have to spend it. I got to get something for Mom. I think I'm going to get Mom some bushes this week. Some flowering bushes for the backyard where I cut all the pine trees down. So we had pine trees lining the border of the property, so we couldn't see our neighbor over here, which is no big deal. His actual property is really nice. I don't mind seeing it, but there's like the swamp in between, which is kind of, It's not bad when the water is up, but right now, like, the water is really low because the beavers built up there as well as down here. So the beaver pond up there is backing up the water. So there's not much water getting down here. So this is actually getting dry. And then you got that black muck that you can see and smell. And if I put some flowering bushes along the property line over here, like 3 or 4 of them, just so you don't stare out the freaking window and see them on the first floor, on the basement floor, actually. I think that'll be nice. So anyways, you are live. So I have no plans for anything. I may not even do this for more than a half an hour. Because, I don't know. Anybody want to jump in? Probably not, huh? We got a whole 60 in here. I really should start painting the bathroom. I bought a gallon of paint for the bathroom. Some Zinstery stuff. I got to call them, though. I don't know enough about paint. And I accidentally grabbed oil, and I think I can't remember. Oil, you can't paint latex over oil, or you can't paint oil over latex. I can't remember which. But the bathroom's all latex. That I do know. And I know I like the oil better for stain killing and blocking, but I'm pretty sure the oil won't stick to the latex properly. Latex will stick to oil, but oil won't stick to latex, if I remember correctly. I can't remember which way it is. Yeah, that's what I always thought, and that's why I'm pretty sure it's the other way around, because I remember the painter saying it's the other way. Because you can buy modern latex paint and paint old houses that were oil, and it'll go over it. And it's Zinster. I'm talking for Zinster, not just regular everyday house paint. I'm talking the Zinster stuff. Because the Zinster latex will bind. Because the problem with the oils painting over them is they do that powdery thing as they dry up. They get that like powdery thing. They get powdery, but the latex will absorb that surface and adhere it and lock it down. If I remember correctly, I don't know. I will call the paint shop that I bought it from. It's a local. I've known them. They're family friends. We used to literally live next door to them back in the 70s. So if I call over there and go, dude, what did I do? Did I do the right thing or am I doing the wrong thing? They'll be like, wrong, right. If it's wrong, I'll just drive across town and freaking exchange it. They'll give me another can, no problem. I haven't opened it or anything. It's not stirred or mixed, or it's just a can of Zinster Zap or whichever one of the covering ones I always buy to prime with first in bathrooms. Either one, Zinster or what's the other one? Zap. Kills, that's it. I think Zap too. I think those are the 3 stain killing. Which whenever I paint a bathroom, I always use those for a primer before I put a new coat on, just because it's a nasty freaking bathroom. There's always some kind of moldy, yucky nastiness in there. And there is in there, which I got to clean up first, but that's not a big deal. But yeah, the bathroom needs to be cleaned, repainted, because it's a nasty ass yellow that's freaking butt ugly. I did this beautiful, like, chocolate brown, milk chocolate brown two-tone, milk chocolate brown on the bottom, and like a light tan on the top, with like a chair railing kind of decorative board all the way around the bathroom. Beautiful, looked gorgeous, looked nice and modern and pretty. My mother went all ballistic and wanted it freaking pale yellow. It is so. She's like, that looks like a hospital. I'm like, are you kidding me? The yellow looks like a hospital. That's what hospitals paint are: yellow, blue, and green. Them pale colors because they're easy to clean. It looked freaking gorgeous. It was just beautiful. You know what? Very similar there. Now that you say that, Bob. Very similar to the old two-tone, like 60s and 70s pickup trucks they used to paint them. Not exactly, but similar colors. That tanny kind of color on top and a darker brown on the bottom. It looked nice. I mean, it looked gorgeous in that bathroom. Nope. Made me freaking take it all down, repaint it, and freaking paint it. It's pale yellow. Butt ugly pale yellow. It is freaking ugly. The downstairs bathroom looks cool. I got a can of pumpkin orange. It's almost that bright. I mean, it literally hurts your eyes. And I got a can of it from my friend. Someone mixed it up and it was too bright or whatever. And when I had ants in the bathroom, so I had to, in the walls, and I had to tear the wall out and replace a couple studs because they were gone and blah, blah, blah. This was years ago. And I went to the paint shop and I was like, I just need a color quick for a bathroom. You know, you got something that's mixed wrong, or just so I could slap some paint on it. And I was kind of out of money at that point. He's like, yeah, $10. It's freaking bright orange. I'm like, I don't care. You know, if I don't like it, I'll paint over it. And I put it on there and everyone was like, oh, that's going to be ugly when they saw the can. And I put it on there. It is awesome. It's like bright freaking orange, but it's a tiny little bathroom with a decent window in it. So it's bright in there. It's really actually kind of nice. And I did most of the trim in white. And then my mother bought some plastic trim. Oh, it'll be better for mold. But you can't paint it. It's plastic. It's not even like, it's a weird plastic. You can't paint it. Paint won't hold to it. It's like super shiny. And it's pink. So like some of the baseboard and the window trim is pink, and everything else I put crown molding and everything in. It's all white and orange. Mothers are just weird. My mother has no color taste at all. None. She wants her little itty bitty kitchen in dark green. She made me paint the ceiling in like a smoky You ever went to the bars back in the 70s and 80s when you were allowed to smoke in a bar and you look at the ceiling and it's got that nicotine look, that kind of greeny, browny, kind of yucky ceiling? They paint them white, and then after a year of people smoking in the bar, it's got that kind of brown, nicotine, greeny. That's what our kitchen ceiling looks like. It is freaking ugly. She thinks it's awesome. I'm like, Mom, it looks like a dirty freaking bar ceiling. When it gets that color, that's when we used to paint them. Yeah, I always prime it. I put like in the bathrooms at least. I always put like Kills, or that's what I got. I think it's Kills or Zinster, one or the other. They both work. Whatever one's cheaper that week. As I was saying, I think I bought oil, and I know it's latex in there, and I'm pretty sure I can put latex over oil, but I can't put oil over latex. The oil will peel off the latex. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'll go out and buy freaking wood and replace it before I bother to etch it, and then it's not worth it. I'll buy a freaking bunch of. I probably have it enough out in the garage. I probably have 20 or 30 sticks of baseboard and basic colonial, same stuff as this crap right there. Right there. Basic New England colonial trim. I probably have 8 or 10 sticks out in the garage already. I don't know how good they are. They've been there a while, but they're easy to clean up. Hit it with some Zinster. Cut it up. Prime it. Prime the ends. Glue it together. And snap it on the wall. Because, yes, if you know what you're doing, you actually pre-cut, pre-fit, pre-glue, miter your joints, biscuit the joints. I use my biscuit joiner and biscuit the joints. And then clean it all together, and then bring it in as a unit and nail it to the wall/window. Well, I was hoping to replace that window. The window is like a 1975 replacement window. The only place I haven't done, these are all Andersons now. The whole house is Andersons, but the back wall. It's the only wall I haven't done yet in new windows. So I didn't really want to do the bathroom window trim and all that because I'm hoping to do a new window. Because the windows in there, there's areas you can like see through the thing when it's closed. They're so crappy. My father paid, check this out, and they were still better. The house was built in 1970, so they're the single pane, 6/6, double hung windows. That's what you got back then. All wood. They're actually nice looking windows when they're new, but they're just like zero insulation quality at all. I mean, they're just really crappy like windows. They were cheap. You put the house together, you build it. That's what you got back in the 70s. They weren't, the whole low E glass and stuff was just starting to hit at that point. Well, right about end of the 70s, early 80s, the whole low E glass replacement window boom came about. My father built this house for $18,000 in 1970. We moved in Thanksgiving Day, 1970. He paid almost $20,000 for the replacement windows 10 years later. He paid more for the windows than he paid for the whole house. He had a bigger mortgage for the windows than he did for the house. Was that sad or what? And I've been putting all brand new Andersons in. Everything here is either it's all Anderson 200s. I actually like the 200s better, even though they're not as good insulating. I think they're just a better structured window. I don't like the Anderson 400s. I don't like. These are vacuum clad. I don't know if you know what the difference is, but the frame is wood. Just they're both the same. The difference is the Anderson 400s. The whole stick, as it's coming off, it's all finger jointed, and as the finger jointed stick or board or frame board, but that they cut is vacuum sealed in the vinyl at that point. As it's coming off the gluing line. And it's, they coat it in vinyl and vacuum seal it to the vinyl, to the wood. Then they cut it, miter it, and build the window. Well, the 200s, the stick comes off, and it's the same damn stick. It's exactly the same frame. It comes off. They miter and cut the wood frame. Then they vacuum seal it with the nailing flange all in one shot. So the vinyl, the joint is all there, but the vinyl is all 100% one piece. It's a single piece of vinyl over the whole frame. So it seals up in the upper corner. The freaking 400s, the only thing I hate about the Anderson 400s is where that miter is, they put a little piece of tape on it to seal it. That's it. It's stupid. I don't get that. And then it's like, they're like half again more money. Yes, they have better, the actual glass sash is a better glass. It's a lower E, it's got the whole stuff. What's up, Tanner? You get a camera yet? I would still get the Wisecam. I know that thing you were looking at, that's they're actually not bad, what you were looking at. That one you listed on thing. I kind of did a little research on it. They're not bad. It's a decent camera, but it's like $80, right? Where if you get the Wisecam, it's $25 and it's just as good. Like I said, the only thing I didn't like about the Wise was the big fisheye effect. I just don't like fisheye. It drives me nuts. It's not terrible. It just drives me nuts. I wonder if I can plug it in right now and I can flip back and forth. I think I can. Let's try it. What's the worst thing that could happen? I screw up the stream? Let's see. Do I have another plug right here? I want to do it just because now I'm curious as to the comparison. I think I have another slot right there. I do. So I can put this right here with the Wisecam. Which the one thing I do like about the Wisecam is it's got a wider view as well as the fisheye, which is what causes the fisheye. Then I'm knocking over all my little mini Wakakis. Oh, no, I don't have. Oh, yeah, there should be another slot. There we go. So let's see if I can switch to the Wisecam. And I like their stand better. Definitely like the Wisecam stand better. I mean, they are a security camera, so it's very wide angle-y. And the cord's too short, so it's forcing the camera to go at wonky angles. Let's see if it sees it. Camera. USB camera. Boom, there you go. There's the Wisecam. See how it's all fisheye-y. But the image quality isn't terrible. It's a little more red, but that's because I've got everything set for the other camera. I think the color is actually more accurate, even though it's more, I don't know, bleached out, I guess you could say. But the wide angle I kind of like if it wasn't so fisheye. The cable's too short and stiff. Because I can get both of my printers in now. Look at it slowly creeping by because of the cable's so short, it's twisting the camera. Yeah, that's probably because I just kicked it over. And it's also going, it's not plugged in the computer, it's going, I plugged it into the hub. So there's probably a little bit of a delay there. Because I never had a problem with it before. But it's just as clear. The lens needs to be cleaned up. I can see a couple of spots in it because it's been sitting over there. Probably got scratches in it now. It's not a terrible camera. For $25 for this kind of stuff, for live streaming, it's a fine camera. Would you want to do production off of it? No, but for goofing off live streaming, hell, that's fine. Like I said, the only thing I don't like, wrong button. I don't like is the, this bleaches out. The color is better on me. but it's the background bleaches out more. Oh, you know what else? I think that kicked me down to, I don't know, it stayed at 720. And actually at 1080, I think this camera does better at 1080. At 720, this kicks down. I actually have this set at 720 too, now I think about it. Or this is set at 1080. Trying to look, I got this playing on my iPad. I want to see what the look is. This is a little sharper, but the light is blown out in the background, which I don't care about. You're out of coffee? I'm on my second coffee. I was at the grocery store at, I don't know, 25 after 7. We opened at 7:30. They actually let me in. They're like, we're ready. You might as well come in. You might have to wait if you need cold cuts and stuff. They're still setting up. And they had lamb chops on sale, so Mom's getting lamb chops. I'll have a steak or a freaking hot dog. Second coffee happens at the office. Yeah. This is my office, so these days. So, yeah, second coffee happens at the office. First coffee, I usually walk around the yard. I love my yard. It's the best part about living right here, especially right now. The yard is nice. And I've been cleaning up. Thank God I don't have to do anything today because I hurt myself yesterday. My shoulders kill me. Just so you know, I have this big dirt pile out here that I use to patch my dirt driveway. That it's really nice stuff. I got it from a guy that was, he literally jacked up a house down in the beaches. And the house was jacked up. He literally went underneath it with like a hand-driven backhoe. I don't know what else you call them. There's actually a name for them, but I can't remember what the hell they are. But it's, it's a walk-behind backhoe because you can't get a backhoe in there, with the scoop and everything. And he tore the whole foundation down with that. Plus dug up the stuff so they could put a new foundation because it used to be a crawl space, and now he's putting an actual walk-in foundation. Anyway, it's sandy, kind of gravelly, really nice. It's not really rocky, and it's not really sandy. It's kind of these little pebbles. It's almost, it's the perfect driveway material, put it this way. So when he was tearing it out, he was hauling it all away. You got to take it to the reclaiming center because everything now has to be tested for oil. If there was any oil, especially on an old building like that, if they had the oil tanks leaking and all that, you can't just dump it. You have to bring it to be tested and recycled, and pain in the ass. And it costs some money. Not only time to, what's up, Mr. Buttram? Not only the time to drive it there, but, it costs money. They really don't charge you a lot. I think they charge them like $15 or $20 a load because it's all government funded, backed, whatever, because they're making them do it in this area. But anyway, I'm like, that's really good stuff for my driveway. He's like, you want some? I was like, hell yeah, you can drop me off like a dozen freaking truckloads. I'll take it and use it for patching my driveway. I don't care if it has oil in it. That just makes my driveway better. So he dropped it off. The problem is he wasn't going to clean it. So it's got like these chunks of the foundation in it, like huge ones. Well, the last load he dumped, it dumped out. And it was the corner of the basement floor. And it was this perfect little triangle. It was probably 6 foot wide by like 4 foot at the point. And I mean, it was a perfect little triangle. And when it dumped out, it literally landed on top. And it was like this monolith coming out of the pile of dirt for a couple of years. They did it like 3 years ago. I've been digging around it because I didn't want to, break it up because it's kind of huge. And the good thing is I finally broke it up yesterday. I literally couldn't move it by hand. So I took a sledgehammer to it and I just slowly pounded on it until a piece broke off. And then I, hauled it away. I spent probably 2 hours breaking up that one chunk yesterday. But the good thing is back then they used to make foundation floors out of fill. So as I'm breaking it up, there's like chunks of brick and cinder block and pieces of rock. They used to pour the floor and just throw crap in there to make it 4 inches thick. Or that's actually more like 6 inches thick in most places. But it didn't have to be. It's not like today where you have to have a solid 6 inches thick. You just pour it in the floor. I think that was hand done too. I have a feeling that was one of them hand dug out concrete crawl spaces that they did back in the day at the beaches just to make it so it was easier to crawl under there for the plumber. Because all the beach houses, you have to turn the water off in the winter. So a lot of places now, even if it's just a crawl space, because the beach houses are jacked up in the air 2 or 3 feet. So if it floods, they don't. They've been doing that long before. Now it's a law. Anything within a mile of the freaking shore, you have to. If I were to build this house now, I'd have to jack it up. I'd have to lift it up off the ground by 4 feet. Although we're up high enough, they might not make me because there is exceptions. But anyway, they're all on pillars. And then a lot of people cinder block the pillars in and pour a slab in there. Keeps the animals out for one, and makes it a lot easier for the plumbers. They're not crawling around in the dirt, shut the water off, and drain the lines and do all that. Put antifreeze in. They antifreeze all the lines around here for most of the summer houses. Anyway, so yeah, that big old monolith was there, and it took me like 2 hours, and I was swinging a freaking 5-pound freaking sledgehammer at concrete for 2 hours, plus picking it all up and dragging it away and throwing it in the pit. And then, just as I'm finishing, the tree guy's like, I have a huge load of wood chips. You want them? I'm like, hell yeah. And he dumped those, and I was like, well, I'm already tired and sweaty and crappy. I might as well throw those around. So I spent another hour freaking throwing wood chips around, spreading them out. That was fun. So I'm a little stiff and sore and achy. Wah. I had to work out today. Wah. Wah. So anyway. Wah. Just a little wah for you. And I printed this all day. This took all day. This was like 12 hours. I did print it slow. I figured it would come out nicer. I mean, it's not bad. I wish the marks hadn't come out. I wish I'd sanded you can see the last piece I printed. Almost the same one. I started printing it and I didn't like it, so I stopped it. And it was just a little off the plate, and you can see where it was on the build plate. Oh well. Don't care that much when it comes to that. I just want all those wires in a box instead of dangling around where if I move the damn thing, they get caught, ripped off, and I unplug something and something gets screwed up. You out of here, Bob? Yeah, I'm probably not going to last much longer anyways. I'm here by myself. Nobody wants to hang out with me no more. Not digging into the plate because I don't have ABL. ABL does dig into the plate. Did digging into the plate. And I started printing it, and I don't remember what I did. Something I didn't like. So I stopped it and popped it off, and that's just where the first print was. You can see it. It didn't dig into the plate. It was just popping it off the first time. I just sanded this. This is like freshly sanded, and this is a one-time use. So I have a feeling there's like, even though I washed everything, there's like still some powder or something left over from sanding it. I actually like this look. This kind of matty, unfinished. It looks really cool, but you have to like sand it each and every time afterwards. Actually, that's steel wool too. Steel wool that one. That's PEI. Didn't dig into the plate there. Putz! You buttram putz. No ABL. You don't need that crap. So you can still see it. It's still in there. And no, that's not a dig. That's just the outline I took off. It's funny if you take the line. See, now you can see like two of them if you look really close. It only does it on the outlines though. It like the face of it, where you do infill, it doesn't seem to leave the mark in the bed. It's kind of weird. Now you can see them both. There's one here, right there, and there's one down here. I'm doing it twice. It's literally, I don't know, the second or third thing I printed on this since I sanded it. That hurt your ears? ABL does dig into it. I see more people playing with ABL, freaking trying to get it to work right initially, or when they do something. They spend more time dicking with the ABL getting it to work the first time than I do ever anymore. Don't get it. Spend less time. Get a better product. Get rid of your ABL. Oh, I get it, actually. I get ABL. If I wasn't me and had the ability to do what I do, and yeah, you do. You just don't want to admit it. You had to dick with it initially, unless the printer came with it. You still have to run it. And then if you change your build plate, you still have to run it again. And if anything happens or you change your nozzle, you have to run it again. All I do is spin a little knob and go, okay, this is a little thicker bed plate. I spin the little knob and put the paper under it in one spot. I don't do all four corners. I only do one spot now. And I'm done. Yeah, you run on every print. I don't have to do that. You're wasting more time. Which if I was going to do ABL, I would too. Anything larger than the 300s is kind of pushing it. Yeah, it's the same thing I do. I just have it manually set. I have a little knobby knob that I spin and sets my Z offset. Anyway, 300's pushing it. I have to be like a little anal with the 300 beds to not use ABL. Anything bigger than that, I definitely do ABL. It's just not worth the fight. Baby stepping. I can do baby stepping without ABL. Especially on that with the duet. You just go click, click, click. Nozzle up, nozzle down. And once it does it, it does it. It holds it all the way through. It's the one good thing about the duet. You don't have to like play with it. It's a little higher, a little low. You just click the button and it instantly freaking steps it up or down. By what was it? 0.05. I think the steps are set right now. I think you can adjust them. I've never looked, to be honest. Double click the button. Marlin's or the duet just has it there. It's part of the whole interface. There's a little nozzle up or nozzle down button. You just click it up or down, whichever way you want to go. There's no double clicking. There's no searching. There's no wondering. It's right there. One of the few things I actually like about the duet. I actually like the duet interface. The only thing I don't like about duet boards, well, two things. They don't have the G-code viewer like that right here, which you guys can't see because I'm not sharing the screen. I like this whole thing here. This. I really, really like that. It shows me what the tool's doing, why it's doing it, where it's going. I like the Repetier one better in this sense because all these dimmed out ones are future paths, and it kind of lets you know where it's going to go and what it's going to do, where Octoprint doesn't. The one thing it doesn't let you do is preview it. I can't just, grab this and scan up through it. Like with Octoprint, I can. The Duet interface has none of it. I never got rid of my Live at 5. The Duet doesn't have any of it. It's just not even there. Which is kind of nice. It kind of sucks. I only have one Duet now. Yeah. If you really need the cameras, pay for the freaking thing. Stop being a stingy bastard. Slimy little stingy bastard. And it does actually. The free does have cameras for 15 days. I don't care about the camera. They're both right here. I get why you want the camera. It's nice. Honestly, if I was going to use a camera, I'd just get a Wisecam. Because then I can just go on my phone and I can be at the shopping center and go, is my print working? Or if you're doing it through Octoprint, you have to do all the bypassing and getting around the network and all the safety crap. I don't care about blue tape. I honestly don't care about blue tape much anymore either. I don't really use it that much anymore. It's still here. I still have it in case of emergencies. It's still one of the easiest to use, best, especially for a beginner surfaces. You can use blue tape no matter what. PLA, beginner, blue tape, just works. Yeah, I think I'm gonna reflash this Wisecam back to the stock firmware. I'm gonna put it in that closet over here with the printers. Have it like up in the corner, pointing down at the printers, and then I can watch printers print. I actually think I'm gonna I can't put the doors back. There's just not quite enough room with the big printers. Well, I'm gonna put this printer in there probably later today, and take the Duet out and put that over here, the llama cord, and put a curtain on it. And the reason for the curtain is to keep airflow out of there. So it'll sort of become a heat chamber, which it really won't. But the other thing is I'm going to get a really, 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 really cheap. And actually, I think I'm going to buy a nicer one now that I think about it. I'm going to get a good one for the bathroom ceiling fan. And I'm going to take the bathroom ceiling fan and put it in the closet. And that way I can start printing polycarbonate again. It will stay, air draft free. It won't really be a heat chamber so much, although it will help. But I can pull the fumes out of there by if I take that ceiling fan, which is a little loud, but it's not the worst, and put that ceiling fan in there, which has a light and everything. I can put a light in the closet, ceiling fan, have it all there, put a curtain in front of it. That'll draw the air out of the closet through the ceiling fan. I'm debating whether I'll just vent it up into the attic or if I'll vent it all the way outside. I should vent it all the way outside. I was just using one for live streaming. Here, you want to see what it looks like? There you go. That's what the Wisecam looks like for a live stream. And it's weird that it's all red because it's usually the colors are more accurate. It's kind of redded out right now. And I have plenty of light in here. But I don't mind it. I mean, it's not perfect, don't get me wrong, but for $25, the only thing I don't like is this whole fisheye. But I do like that it's wicked wide, which is why it's fisheyeing. But I got both. I mean, that's my whole freaking room. That's 14 feet, 12 feet, 12 feet. How big is this room? 16 by 12. Yeah. So that's a 12-foot span it's feeling. Which is, you just flash it. That's a Wisecam right there. It's running on a Wisecam right now. You have to flash the Wisecam over. You have to flash the firmware, which is not hard at all. I did it. If I can do it, ask any of these guys. If I can do it, Mr. Mushroom, you can do it. And I didn't even break it once. It just did it the first time. Actually, as Dan's got it off. He's got it right down. He's got it figured out like to the instant. That's the webcam firmware. I don't like the RTPS whatever. It's way too laggy. Even this has one thing about it is it has a little lag in it. It's not. It's a little jumpy. More of it is because it's going through my little cheap hard drive hub. So it's only USB 2. It's not USB 3 because that hub is only USB 2, which is still not. I mean, it's not perfect. Don't get me wrong. You buy a good. I mean, the Logitech's still a little better, but the Logitech $80, $90, $25, $25 in about 10 minutes of your time to flash firmware, $80, and it's not terrible. And actually, looking on my iPad, the Wisecam's not as red. Showing up on StreamYards direct off the camera, everything, my face looks red. Everything looks the whole room looks a little red. But looking at my iPad, the colors actually look more natural. They're just now, I was just looking actually yesterday because Tanner lost his. They're coming down again, and they're available. You look again. Then like the last week, they're starting to come down. I mean, I only paid $35 for mine for the 920, but that was a repack used whatever Amazon warehouse deal. They were like $60 or $80 back then. Even I think I paid $35 or $40 for it, which is the only reason why I bought it. They are coming down again because their availability. Pretty much everyone's bought them up already. If that makes sense. The whole pandemic thing is kind of slowly. I don't know if you've been shopping lately, but like the stores actually have crap again. There was I went to this morning, there was actual toilet paper there and paper towel and, milk was back and steaks are back, even though the beef is kind of, I didn't buy any beef today. I bought pork and lamb, but not beef. Yeah, no, they seem to be catching up already. Because I looked online, there was places that had them. You can't get them at Amazon, but it seems like a lot of the small stores, like where the hell was I? Newegg, I think it is, or something. They had some. They were $80 or $89 for the 922, I think. Or I don't know. If you look around, if you search the web, I think you'll start finding they're coming back. Another month, they'll be more reasonable again. They won't be overly priced. I think we'll find. Because the stock's back and China's back and working, and they have been for a month now. So I think you'll find they're all back. But I still, for $25, if I were going to do if I were going to do Octoprint again with a camera, I would buy that and flash it before I'd waste $80 even, or $60 or even $50 on a freaking Logitech just to view my freaking printers. It's just a waste to me. Yeah, most of the schools and businesses I know have them now. They may not have the one they want. A lot of them are ordering to get better because, it was backed up and all they could get was a cheap knockoff ease. So a lot of the, quality, the Logitechs and those kind are hard to get, but stuff's coming back. It's getting better. What is up, Vince? I mean, this is terrible. I really don't have a problem with this for live streaming. It's not a bad camera. I kind of like the wide view if it wasn't. I mean, I get it. The wide view is why it's fisheyed. It's just this whole, like my desk here being like an arc. Especially over, this side. Up over here is all very pinched. And right here is very stretched. And then over here is very pinched. It just annoys me. Yeah, whatever. It'll come back. Things are starting to come back to normal. We just opened today. Connecticut, as of today, open. Pretty much everything's open now. Restaurants open, hairdressers open. I don't know. There's like 10 things that are allowed to open today. All the beaches are going to be open this weekend. We're all open. Yeah. I thought about that. That's actually one of the reasons I started using the Wisecam. I was thinking about getting a couple more Wisecams and then selling off my 920. Might get $100 for it used. They were selling for $120 used. I'm like, it's just too slimy. I'm not that guy. I can't be that slimy. I'd rather actually go to people and say, look, buy the damn freaking Wisecam, buy a freaking decent SD card for it, flash the firmware. You'll spend $35. Do that. I mean, for these schools and stuff, the Wisecam's more than good enough. For a teacher to sit or some kid to watch the teacher. I mean, for streaming, just BS, that Wisecam's plenty good enough. And it actually looks better. I think it looks even better at 1080 than the. I mean, this is just 720 right now. I think it's actually clearer than the 920 at 1080. Like if I were doing recordings and stuff with it and using that as a feed, I think it looks clearer. The colors are more accurate. But anyway, enough of that crap. I got to get rid of this thing. That thing's got to go away. That's going away today. Because with the closet now, I don't need that, and it's just in the way. And I stubbed my toe on it last night, and it pissed me off. I almost threw it right the frick out the window. Because it doesn't need to be here no more. So right after this stream, that's the first thing I'm going to do is take that piece of crap. That's what the Llama Core used to sit on. That's all it was for. Sitting that printer on. And that's going out in the garage. I might just bring it down now and use it for parts or something else. And then all that crap that's in that closet up on the top shelf is going away, and that shelf's going away. Because right now, the very tippity top of the freaking wiring harness, every once in a while hits that hook. That used to be the coat hanger rod thing that's going away. And I actually want to lower the shelf. I think I want to lower it about 6 inches. Right now, it's a little too high for me to work on that there printer. This one, it's okay. Although, I don't know. But if I bring this printer over there and put it where the big Llama Core is, right here, and take this and put it over here, because I want to work on it anyways, with the box and the wiring and everything, when it's a lot easier to work on it right here. I may not want to move it, because the bed's not so high, the bed's low, and everything will be good. What's up, Ben? Just in time for me to say, see ya. So, you should actually, seriously, Mr. Buttram, you should get a Wisecam and try it for your Octoprint. I'm pretty sure everyone's saying it. The Octoprint sees them and everything when you flash them. You have a couple, you said, right? I would flash one over. You can always flash it right back if it doesn't work. I would flash one over, but I'm pretty sure everyone says the Wisecam works just fine for Octoprint. Yeah, I think he said he had like a half a dozen of them or something. Anyway, I like the Wisecams. This is the Wisecam. I think you should just get a Wisecam, Tanner. For what you do, it'll be fine. And they're cheap. I keep saying $25. You also got to add $5 for the SD card, because it does not come with an SD card, and you have to have an SD card. So if you don't have a designated SD card and you want a good high-speed SD card, hither and yonder. I'm Pointy Man. Pointy. Closet. X closet. Printer closet now. All that crap's got to go away. I should pull one of those out and show them to you. Actually, I kind of want to get rid of it, but some of that stuff I kind of don't want to get rid of either, because there's some like Afghans my mother's did back in the 70s for the Revolutionary War reenactment crap. And they're like, 2nd Connecticut Regiment, 1776 kind of crap. Yeah. So there's this thing, Tanner. I don't know if you know about it, but there's these things called 3D printers that allow you to print monitor clips. You could print a clip. And the other cool thing is you can't see it. I thought you could, but you can't. And it comes with it. This is magnetized. And it comes with like a metal plate. So you can actually like mount it this way, magnetize it up. Matter of fact, I think I got it. Here you go. See that little metal disc there? Supposedly, you can take this thing and snap it apart somehow. There's a little metal disc right here, and that's a magnet. And I think you can do it right through it. I'm not sure, but you can. Yeah, you can do it right through it, and it just sits there, and it just magnet clips up there. So if you had like a little bracket like this thing, or you could just build one, you just screw the magnet to it, boom, you're done. What's up, Dan? Perfect timing for you. Convince these guys to use the Wise Cam. That's it. I don't care. I just think it's a good, inexpensive option for this kind of streaming, especially someone like Tanner that's a little hurting for money. Yeah, I love them too. I do like this better, strictly, and I hate that right there where it goes out of focus, where the Wise Cam's always in focus. I don't like the fisheye effect. It drives me nuts. I mean, this even does it a little bit if you look like the two walls are like angling in here, but that's not like bad. Where the Wise Cam does it really badly. If I bring it down, you don't even notice it. Yeah. I wouldn't spend $80 on one of these right now. And that's what they are. I mean, I wouldn't even before. I wouldn't have paid $80 for this. If I didn't get it off of Amazon warehouse deal, I think I paid $35 or $40. I can't remember. Let's look. I might actually paid more now that I think about it. Let's actually look. I can find out how much I paid for it. Because I did it on share entire screen. How about a brain fart moment? Orders. What do we got? My chair's coming. My gloves were delivered. More gloves. Wise. Oh, not Wise. Yeah. Let's go to Logitech. I don't think I bought anything else Logitech off Amazon. Here you go. Oh, the old 9270. That I returned. That was such a piece of junk. No, it's not. Did it tell me how much I paid for it? It doesn't even list how much I paid for it anymore. Oh, yeah, did. $47? I did not pay $47 for that, so that's lying. That must be what it is now. $107. Yeah. I would not pay $100. Buy used, $177. Holy molies. Used, $159. See, no. Standard with XSplit. Is it cheaper? Not available. Base model. Privacy model. I don't get the privacy model. Oh, it's got a little lens cap snap over now. So if you're one of those super paranoid people that think, the world's like recording you, because who gives a crap about what you're doing? Everyone's more interested in what you're doing than in reality. Anyway, I would not pay that much for that thing. But I'm pretty sure. Let's go back to sharing the screen. I saw some places that had them for like $80 again. What am I doing? London Tech. Let's see. Yeah, see, CDW has them for 77. The old crappy 270 is $39, but I would. Yeah, here's the 920 for $69. See, they're coming down again. It's only Amazon that's got it ridiculous still. And I'm back ordered. I saw one. They were, but I did see one yesterday when I was looking. That place that one you listed. What the hell was it? I don't remember. I actually searched for that, and then I was looking at some store that had them, and they had the 920s for like $88, and they had them in stock. There you go, $62 in stock, fast return shipping, in stock, $62. Logitech 920C webcam, 2.1 megapixel, 30 frames per second, USB 3.1 black. Boom, done. $62.99. Probably gonna add like $10 shipping to it. Neon Tech, yeah, that was it. Because I just searched for that when you were talking about it, just to, see what it looked like. And some star came up. See if I can get the same store to come up. They almost never do. I think this was it, Electronics Express. $79. Webcams. Let's take 720. Yeah, there you go. Check availability. So they had them because yesterday it said in stock, in store only. I don't know where there's an Electronics Express, but on order, coming soon. So they must be out now because yesterday when I looked, they were in stock. Here you go, in stock, ready to ship. The Neon Tech you were looking at. I don't know what the hell is this one. It's a little crappy one, isn't it? Oh no, it's 1080. What's wrong with that one? HD recording and fluid 720 HD video calling. What the hell's the difference? But honestly, dude, if you wanted this Neotech, it's probably fine. I don't. It just looks like a Logitech knockoff. Gearhead one out of stock. Anyway, yeah, there you go. eBay. Let's see what eBay's got. $129. Why? When that other place I was showing you had it for less. There you go, $62 in stock. That's actually not even a bad price before all this nightmare. I think I'd still get a Wisecam for $25. Why spend the money on it? What's half price? The one you just had was $7. $129. $129. You can get a used one for $69. People are just robbers. Robbers. Slimy. I remember when eBay used to be, you go there and you got a deal. Now it's like you go there and you get ripped off because people are too stupid to realize you're getting ripped off. I've sold stuff on there. I think I've told this before, but I used to do like mountain bike repairs, and I still have one of my stands. But there's this wheel trim stand, so you can get like really like perfect wheels. So I had a wheel trim stand, but then mountain biking kind of went to the bigger tire, and if you wanted to do a road tire, you needed this taller stand. Now you buy extensions, but they were kind of wobbly and not. Or you could buy the new stand. Now this is a fancy professional Parks. I don't know if you know mountain, bicycle stuff, but Parks is like the name brand of bicycle tools, and it's a Parks repair stand for wheel trimming stand, and it's nice. I mean, that's the professional. You go to a bike shop, that's what they have. Everyone will have a Parks. Anyway, I got the bigger one because I went all 29 wheels on all my mountain bikes, and most of my friends went 29, and I was, they'd come over and we'd drink beer and work on our bikes. So I went and got the bigger stand and already had the smaller one. So I put the smaller one on eBay saying this is not the 29-inch wheel. This only does 26 and 650Bs. It won't do 29s and 700 road bike stand wheels. The new one I just bought was $180. Done deal. Shipped the whole 9 yards. It was like $129 and like $40 they ship it because it's heavy. It's solid freaking steel. Big chunk of steel. And the thing weighs like 15 pounds. Not more. Probably 25 pounds. Anyway, so I put the old one on eBay. At, I don't know, $60 or something starting. And it, a couple weeks. Final guy bidded like $225. I'm like, dude, that's insane. I emailed him when he won the thing. I said, do you not realize you can get the brand new full size, better, brand new one for less money? He's like, I don't care. I want that one. Okay, here you go, dude. So he not only paid for my new one, paid for the shipping, which was another $40 or $50, but I made like $30 or $40 selling my old one and got a brand new, nicer, bigger. I mean, it was a nicer, they modified stuff and made better knobs. And I mean, it's just a better wheel trim stand. The springs were better. Everything about it's better than the new one. And he's like, no, I want, and okay, dude, you want it? You're willing to pay the money for it? You can have it. I don't know. It ended up costing them almost $300 by the time shipping and everything. $250, $260, something like that. I think it was like $40 or $50 in shipping because the thing weighs a ton. The new one's even heavier. It's bigger. It's the same thing. But I mean, it's like 3/8-inch bent steel chromed frame. I mean, this thing is solid. I don't know if you ever looked at one, but some people are dumb. And other crap like that. I've sold like used, like when I was full-time doing construction big time, every 2 years, no matter what, I'd clear out all my cordless tools and buy all new just because I needed the reliability. There was usually nothing wrong with them, but one, you get a tax write-off, blah, blah, blah. Two, I just needed them to work, and just if stuff starts crapping out in the middle of a job site, you can't have that. It's a pain in the butt to go like to Home Depot. So I would just, whenever a deal would come up every couple of years, I'd start looking for a sale on like, the big kits, and I would just buy all new everything and clean them up and sell my old ones. Well, I had the Milwaukee 40 volt, I guess they were. They were the first bigger battery, with the Sawzall and the drill and the driver. Okay, the freaking jigsaw, everything. And I bought the new one, and the new one was like $600. So I put the whole kit, I clean them up. Before I put them, I make sure that everything's working, and I put the batteries in there, blah, blah, blah. Make it all nice and neat. And the winning bid paid like $1,000 for the 2-year-old units that were used. And I'm like, what are you doing, dude? For one, this was it. Also, this is the time my new ones for $700 were all brushless, and the old ones were all brushed. And they paid like $1,000. I'm like, once again, whenever they're like ridiculously overbid, I always write the winner and go, dude, do you realize that you could? Nope, don't care. I want those. Okay. You want it? You can have it. You're willing to pay that kind of money for something that, and I'm, these were my work tools. They're not like, they sit around the house and, not like my little Bosch set here that thing's like 4 years old and it looks brand new because I never use it. These are my work tools. They got thrown in the toolbox every day and beat up and, sat out in the sun and, used in misty, rainy conditions. And, and I don't hide any of that. I don't be like these were treated beautifully and blah, blah, blah. I mean, these are work tools for 2 years. Nope. Paid more money for them than they were worth. I don't get it. I did have a bunch of batteries in there. And the batteries back then especially were wicked expensive, especially for the Milwaukees. And that's the thing, like all my cordless, I got cordless everything now. All my weed whackers, lawnmowers, chainsaws, everything. I mean, I wouldn't even call it a chainsaw. I call it more of a trimming chainsaw. It's a little 12-inch. Perfect for working around the yard. I'm not trying to cut up trees all day long with it. Anyway, it's cheaper for me to buy a new tool than it is to buy just the battery. The battery is like $169, and the tool with the battery and the charger is like $139. It's like, duh. I'll just buy a new tool, and it comes with the battery and a new charger, and now I have another tool. And I can turn around and sell the old tool for $25 or $30 and save another $25 or $30 if I wanted. I got like 3 of the chainsaws now because that's what I keep doing. I want some more batteries. Batteries is like $130. And the chainsaw with the battery and the charger was like $100, $110. So it was $10 cheaper to buy the chainsaw with the battery than it is to just buy the battery. Why would you just buy the battery? I mean, they're little 12-inch chainsaws, but they work. I beat the crap out of them. I'm using them way above and beyond their intended use, that's for sure. And they're still working. I got one that's broken, and the only thing that's broken on it is the actual trigger. The trigger snapped. And they actually warrantied it. They sent me another one. It was like, just send me a trigger. Oh, we can't part that out. They sent me a whole new chainsaw. Like, all right. So I got 3. I could probably fix the trigger. It's still out there. I haven't taken it apart to look. I could probably fix the damn trigger if I wanted to, but it was still on warranty. The Elon Musk cordless tool. Yeah, that's kind of like, I mean, they'd be nice. It's kind of like Festool. Everyone loves Festool. Yeah, I know, Precisizer. For one, if you listen to them, it won't be in this version. The version that's coming out like next month, they're hoping they wouldn't say a date. That, if you listen to the little blonde kid, he's likely not going to have the actual supports in that version. It's going to be the one after that they release. 2, it's still not the same. I much prefer pointing and clicking and seeing it. Now, they're nice. Don't get me wrong. You paint it, boom, it's there. There's no more stupid little box. You just paint and say, I need supports here. The thing is, you're still not seeing the support until you actually slice the model. Where with like S3D and Idea Maker, you put the little pillar in, and you see the pillar. You know where it's going to land on the build plate. You know if it's going to, land on the model somewhere, some other overhang that it's going to clip, or you see the pillar instantly before you ever slice it, which I still find easier. Idea Maker is that's what got me on Idea Maker because it's the supports are S3D ish, same setup, same. I mean, literally colors and everything. It has the same look, and they just break off easier. And I think they work better than even S3D. I don't touch the support setting in Idea Maker, and I get near perfect supports. Never heard of the brand, but ordered a webcam Prime next day arrival. What'd you get, Tanner? Throw a link up here, Tanner. We're all going to investigate and critique your camera choice. Why not? It's not like we got anything else to do but pick on poor Tanner. Was it $50 or more? Ted Gem. Never heard of it. $32? Sure. It's worth $32. Upgraded version, whatever that's supposed to be. Lens protector. Aperture. Oh, look. And the smiling little models that you know they didn't. Face Beauty. Fixed focus. YouTube, Twitch, Live. Yeah, that's probably just fine. It looks like another Logitech knockoff one. It's probably fine. Yeah, well, that's the other thing. So again, you can get a Wise Cam. It is a pretty high resolution. It'll do up to 4K, it says, which is pretty nice. I didn't know. I had to stream that. So built-in stereo mic and fixed focus, which doesn't matter. I actually like the fixed focus, even though sometimes it's not great. It's better than these things when you move around and all of a sudden it blurs out for 30 seconds. What is up, Mr. Glenn? Glenn has not been. He's like the only one here not with a spanner. Why won't it let me spanner him? Oh, I'm on the wrong freaking. Sorry, Glenn, you're not going to get spannered today. I'm actually signed in as 3D Printing Llama instead of 3D Tom Llama Live. So anyway, yeah. So sure, Tanner. Anyway, so Tanner, next week we can go back to modeling our little submarines. Hopefully. Good. I almost wanted to do it today just to do it, but we got to do it together. Otherwise, it won't be any good. The whole point is the going back and forth and you modeling yours. And you know what I do want you to do, Tanner? And I asked you before and you forgot or just ignored me, which everyone's fine. I want your little model, dude, so I can stick them in mine and make sure he all fits. And I actually want your existing submodel only because just do an STL or an OBJ, either one. I want to port it into Fusion and just render it. You notice how my render looked really nice? It's all just like I did nothing to get that. I did add materials to that. It wasn't just gray plastic. I made it all I did the glass globe, which you saw it when I did that on live stream. But the other stuff I made all brushed aluminum or something. And then I just used the standard renderer and went click render. I want to see yours rendered in Fusion. Hi, Glenn. Bye, Glenn. So anyway, yeah, send me those files or shrink them down or do something there. I just want to see what they look like. Actually, you could render them in Fusion your damn self. Now I think about it, dude. On the new channel. Look, wait a minute. You got more channels, Andrew? Oh, boy, you people drive me crazy. Let's see, can I switch that over? I believe I can. I believe I can. Well, switch the chat over though. Switch accounts. Tom Ramen Live. Now did it switch over this chat even though it's yes, add moderator. So it switched over to the existing chat channel. Even though I didn't add moderator. So there you go. So anyways, it's been almost an hour and a half, 2 more minutes to go, or a minute and a half to go, and I think I'm going to kill it. Because I had enough. Printer's printing. I want it to be done already, but I think it's like 4 more hours. Let's see, 69% done. It says there's another 2 hours to go. About 1:30 this afternoon it'll be done. So there's that. So on that note, seizures. We got Tanner convinced to buy a webcam. He's been webcammed. He should have it tomorrow. We should play tomorrow and set it all up tomorrow there, Tanner, man. Maybe even do some modeling in the morning if you got an hour or two. I know you got stuff because real life stuff for you. But yeah, if you got time, we could play with the sub models some more. What's up, DT? I didn't even know you were in here, man. You haven't been moderated either. Add moderator. DT Mash has been moderated. Spinner hand. Yeah, well, you won't get it until after that, huh? Well, whatever. Whatever. I mean, whatever. Tomorrow is Friday. I should go to the dump today. Take all that aluminum to the dump. I have a whole aluminum frame screen house to take to the dump, and I kind of don't want to because I'm thinking I can repair it and reset it up somewhere, but what a pain in the butt. And it doesn't have a roof. So then I'd have to build a roof for it, or get a canvas. Blah, blah, blah. Pain in the butt. How come you didn't moderate? Add moderator. DT Mesh, no moderator. Oh, did you see about the magnet? I didn't see it. I gotta scroll back and look now. What I see is Mr. Buttram. Anyway, not important. The red light's not moderated either. Just saw that. Red light. Add moderator. Red light is now a moderator. All the way to the bottom. I've imported one and had 2 called Neos in the UK. Cool. Anyway, I'm killing it. Wave on, dude. Later, guys. Tomorrow is another day.